Hey there, welcome back to Design Loves Detail. I'm Molly and we are going to check out my bedroom today, it's Ben's too, and show you what I did in here. If you're new to our channel, we are revealing our brand new house that we built and we're on the third space, so subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss any future videos. We are gonna talk about all the decisions I made in this space. This is the primary bedroom and I love it. I wanted this space to be very simple and like minimal. That's kind of the vibe of the house, I'd say. Hopefully Ben can show you beams. I'm not sure how much gets in the camera, but this was one of the best parts of this whole space is that ceiling detail. And it was important to me to get it in this house because in the last house, we actually had lower ceilings. We had a bedroom above ours, which I prefer not to, but we were able to work it out this time. And we actually there is a loft space up there, but no one's sleeping there, so I don't have to worry about stuff. But let's talk about the ceiling. It's probably like about 14 feet in here. We didn't go the full height because like I was saying, we kept some space that we'll show you when we're upstairs for a play loft area. That's really cool, actually. And the beams add that, I think, more aged feel that I was wanting to have with the home so that it feels like a little bit more structural, a little bit more architectural. And I just love the flat ceiling with it because it's kind of almost like feels like a throwback. So that's my favorite detail of the whole space. So might as well just start with it. But I really did miss having a tall ceiling because the last house we built did not and the one before did. So I knew that it was nice to have a tall ceiling. And then as far as furniture, I kind of wanted to bring in a little bit of those rich, warm wood tones that you see here. This, of course, is actually not really a nightstand. It's a console table, which let me tell you before you think I lost my marbles, when you look at the price of this thing, it's gone way up. I bought these a couple years ago and I splurged on them and they were like 800 bucks. That was crazy, right? They're now like 1900. I was like, are you serious? So I'm sorry about those. I will watch for a sale because One Kings Lane sometimes does have really good sales, but don't pay $2,000 for that. Like nobody should. They're very nice, I will say. Although one of the drawers was kind of jacked, so we had to have like the handyman fix it, but it does have like dovetail joints and some fancy things. So I love these. And I'm gonna find you a look for less because that price just is insane. These are a concrete lamp, very fun, that I wanted something that was really substantial because of course these are huge. Like look at, this is like hip height. So it was a little bit funky to use these, but I wanted to like have a whole different feel in here. And I really love it. And I love the open base because I think that keeps the overall space very airy. That was an important detail I'd say too. This again, pulling in those European vibes, definitely wanted touches of Europe. I think this artwork has a little bit of that, a nod to that. And then again, white light fixture. I wanted the beams to be the standout. So this is just almost subtle and just like I did in that guest bedroom, just making it more low key because there's other stuff I wanted to stand out. The bed is really fun. It's just a smooth velvet, creamy. It has a good mix, I think, of the straight lines and curves in here because I love curves, but I feel like if you use curves, you shouldn't use them everywhere. You like use sparingly. So I like the more sharp, straight edges of the nightstands with the smooth detail of the bed. And this is somewhat, the bed was less than what those nightstands cost now anyways. So I kept even the bedding really clean, airy. And we're gonna take a look at this space from outside because we did these beautiful doors that I love. These are vinyl, just a vinyl slider, and they just pull apart and they can open up a ways so that you get a little bit of that indoor, outdoor living. Feels so good out here. It's actually like finally spring. But I want you to see the view because it's gonna be so pretty, I think, when we have little chairs out here, to just kind of have that flow between the bedroom and then like a little sitting area out here to come out in the mornings, evenings, whatever, and you know, start your day right. I really wanted to build a lifestyle with this house, and to be honest, This house is way more luxurious than anything we've ever built. We've been living for the last 3 years in like 2,000 square feet with our 4 kids, and which has totally worked. But this just feels like next level. Sometimes I don't even feel like it's mine. Like, it's kind of weird, but we are really excited about it. And even though we haven't moved in yet, getting it put together has been really, really exciting. I guess too, while we're like looking at that, don't worry, my walls out there will not be that concrete. They're gonna be plaster, and we'll have some really pretty greenery coming in, because the tricky thing with this yard is building like we are kind of on the mountainside. The lot actually angles up, which gives you some challenges with landscape, but nothing we weren't ready for with a little help working with Mike Pyle from HGTV. So there'll be some really cool stuff that he and I have been putting together that you'll get to see in the spring once we get it installed. But that landscape has definitely been a little more work than just your flat yard. And so making it feel kind of intimate and beautiful, but also functional has its challenges. So those walls will not be concrete, just so you know. A couple more details in here. The rug, this one, I want to say this is from like the Chris Loves Julia collection or something. I'll link it, but I liked how clean that was. Very modern, organic feel. Ben's nodding. It was, yeah, he unwraps everything, so he knew. And then, oh, I did put a real tree here. I stole this tree from, it's actually for our yard. So I need to find one that's more of an indoor. Isn't that so fun to have like that organic feel of the greenery in the corner? Really beautiful pot, one of a kind. I will link similar for you. Like I was saying, a lot of the pieces are kind of more one of a kind in this house, but I'm trying to source those for you too. Kind of like that pillow. There's some really good stuff on Etsy like that. I love those Killam pillows because they just have a lot of character to them. And I kept the pillows really minimal, to be honest. I actually just grabbed whatever I had in the closet and threw them on here because I wanted to keep it simple. And I was out of time, let's be real, I was out of time. I had to just throw it together, but sometimes that's the best, right? When you kind of have to rush it. This is a really fun, like a linen blanket duvet thing that I liked adding the stripe. It needed a little bit of pattern because when you go with the neutrals, I think texture and pattern can really help make it not boring. Over here, we'll look at, Ben's pride and joy. I wanted a beautiful round mirror up here, but this is a really big TV instead. And he's smiling because he loves it. 65 inches of glory, he says. This one was fireplace. Isn't it so fun? This has a romantic feel about it. I love that. So at least I have a little romance with my not romance. Depends what you're watching, I guess. So we can have a real fire in here because of the size of the room. It was big enough that you can have a wood burning fireplace, but we'll put some type of safety screen or something there. Fire's off, but pretty cool. I'll link some fireballs for you if y'all haven't seen those before. I love them. I do. I think they're more, more modern and unique. And I hate, oh yeah, we talked about this. I think it was on Instagram though, like how the fake logs look so fake, but those are just a ball, like being a ball. So over here, a little cozy nook. Might need I think I'm gonna put a little table here. This is where you read a book or something. I haven't read a book for a while. I'm kind of reading a book right now. I won't go into that. But anyways, a little table right here. And for your drink or something. But I liked this little corner, and it has a really beautiful view out here too, so that this space just feels good to me. In fact, Ben has been saying that too. He's like, I really like our bedroom. And it sort of came together, I feel like, pretty easily. There's not a ton of stuff in here, but I love that. And I think that it'll be really amazing once that yard's done. So when we do our full tour, that yard will be done and you'll get to see how it all comes together. I also need curtains. You see no curtains, but really the windows are so beautiful. And we have the coverage of this and the privacy of the walls. I'm tempted to not do curtains. Let's vote on that. That would be a good one. Yay or nay on curtains? I was gonna do something custom so they would be really beautiful. Just going above. We'd keep that window up there open, but do something that would come, and I would have to slide this a little bit that way, but that would just tuck right in there and in this corner. So leave your curtain feedback, thoughts in comments. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the tour, and next week we're gonna share our bathroom and our closet, which are so good. really cool details in there. Cannot wait to show you. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet and hit that bell so you get notifications too. And I will see you next week.